Welcome to the IMSA Northeast Grand Prix from Lime Rock Park. And this setting is just that, a park. No grandstands anywhere, beautiful trees surround this just under a 1.5 mile course. It's the 7th race of the season and racing continues to heat up. Coming out of the final turn, and let's get the clock started. Green flag flying at Lime Rock Park.
You saw that sly look from Nick Tandy looking for his teammate, and as he looked, Vantor just took off.
Fantastic move around the outside between the two Porsches.
It looked like there was a discussion maybe at lunchtime, Jan, and I don't think Lawrence Vantor. Oh, BMW off and wide. That's the 24 machine of John Edwards starting at the tail end of the GT Le Mans field here.
And again, we saw John Edwards in that BMW get off track earlier.
Little touch there.
Yeah, 3 wide. He had a Ford, a Corvette.
That was with Ollie Gavin.
Yep.
Made a nice move around Briscoe, so Edwards got the jump at the start, got around, and then got a little elbow there from Ollie Gavin as he tried to take another position.
He'll be handing over the driving duties to Andy Lally. Right now, that 912 putting a car between himself and his closest competitor, Tandy, in the 911. But as quickly as he had done that, 911 able to get by. And so those two keeping close proximity to each other. Still up front, it is Vantor and Tandy, that Porsche team working well together as they're now 7.3 seconds in front of De Filippi, who is currently in the 3rd position. Then it's Mueller, Garcia, Gavin, Briscoe, and Edwards rounding out the GTLM class.
Now here's the issue. Because they are so competitive and because they're pushing out a gap, they're stealing the strategy from people behind, taking away the opportunity. When you have a big gap, people behind typically can try and undercut. They can come into the pits, get fresh tires, and see if they can then leapfrog you later on. But it doesn't work if you have a big gap like this, because you run the risk, Calvin, of going a lap down. So they're actually kind of hemming in their competition for what strategy they can play because they've built such a big gap. See, here's all the rest. It's like them and the rest.
Still the two Porsches that are out front, and then Mueller still on the racetrack.
This was good stuff here.
Look at Nick Tandy. I just love how aggressively he drives. Gives Briscoe just enough room, but those fresh Michelins have got a lot of grip there, and he's able to stick it down the inside on the left-hander.
Hello.
Inside. Riding on board.
Ooh.
And that's Lime Rock. You're not going to get a clean pass very rarely anyway, so there's going to be a little bit of rubbing.
Fall back and look at the GTD class right now. And Hinman has been on the racetrack, and right now Trent's the only one who hasn't been to pit road yet, so that 86 team still up front. Everyone else a lap down.
And they are very much in the danger zone.
Oh, yeah.
They're rolling the dice here. They got the track position. They have the pace, but if there's a yellow, they'll get burned a little bit.
Like 2-1. Make sure you don't let that get by so that your team car can close in, and you always want to be sure you stay ahead of the class leader, as we've talked about many times, in case of a caution.
Look at this, the 9 car gets around. That's for position there. So we talk about Farnbacher closing in on Bleekemolen. Suddenly traffic management there, we said key to victory. Farnbacher doesn't get a good run, and Olsen takes advantage and moves that fat Porsche up to the 2nd position.
And I think that had a bit to do with Joey Hand coming in there and mixing it up. Let's see if he plays, because they were nose to tail prior to that. There you go. Yep. Drops off. Joey Hand goes through, but he loses some drive, and here comes the 9.
A little bit of an issue there on the front. And now the 911 off track, was running 2nd.
Where is Joey Hand? He'd cut that gap down to about 8 seconds. He's right there, I think. There you see him, just a car back, GTD car in between he and the 2nd place running Patrick Pilet.
Cal, why doesn't he dive to pit road right there? Since that gap between.
He gets touched. The 4 car gets into him and just pushes him ever so slightly wide. We call it the gray. The marbles are out there. He didn't have the grip. Traffic up ahead, and Fessler just gets in there super deep. I believe there was a touch, couldn't hear a touch though.
I don't know.
Westbrook now on that different strategy. He takes advantage his way.
Yeah. See, when your team car pits, that's when you have to do qualifying style laps, and he's doing anything but. He's getting eaten up.
This is a little bobble in their strategy. We talked about execution, the last 5 races, winning those.
Now, he may still have enough of a margin. Because of that margin, when we saw the 911 go off, we don't know the exact time loss going through the grass. He's got some time to work with, but the pressure is on. There's no question. Here he comes.
Yeah, you would have probably, I mean, Joey Ham was down about an 8-second gap to the Porsche, so I would guess he had about 6-second lead over his teammates, but most of that will be erased here, Brian. Westbrook's backing up a little bit. I thought with his fresher tires, he'd be able to put the pressure on Pile right now, and there could be contact between he and the Porsches. As I said, nothing to lose for these Fords right now. Victory is all they're thinking about.
And Parker, they're running 3 and 4.
And this is awesome racing, Rick. I'm really enjoying this, and I believe there might be a little contact, even more so coming at the end if we can get these guys condensed again, because Ryan Briscoe told me that's always on offer end. That 66 car behind there, you know, Joey Hand told me before this race, that's how they won this race last year. They were better on this final run on making this long run pace, and that's what's happening here. We're starting to see those Porsches maybe falter just a little bit. Joey Hand, Richard Westbrook coming on. This is going to be exciting. I'm loving it.
No mistake there, but is that run by Westbrook enough? Look at the gap. That's 1 and 2.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a party mode on that Porsche, because it looked to me like he stretched Westy a little bit down the straightaway.
Westbrook wide, looks on the high side, coming up on the left-hander. Now he goes to the outside for the lead.
Can't quite get the front end to stick. Asked too much of those front tires. Couldn't quite run that wide line through the left-hander. I feel we're going to see some argy-bargy here, boys.
We saw Bleekemolen, the 33, was 3rd in the GTD class, but then got off track.
Tough to tell with that late look at it. They came across the stripe with Patrick Long right behind him, but it looked like Patrick had already, oh yeah, he's off and wide through, but did he get nuts prior to that? I don't know. They came across the line literally a 1/10 of a second apart, and then suddenly Jerome is really wide through Big Bend. And there's a little touch there that sends him for a spin, yeah.
White flag displayed to the 67 of Westbrook. One more time around. Final lap, 6-second advantage over Earl Bamber.
You'll be thrilled about this.
While Westbrook has a comfortable lead, this is for the lead in the GTD class.
He's going for it. Mario Farnbacher, the championship leader, drifting through the left-hander and catches it.
Wow.
What a move. Talk about put it all on the line.
Into the grass, Farnbacher went. Olsen holding him off. Will he have time for one more shot at it? Now coming to the checker, it's Richard Westbrook. He'll win at Lime Rock Park. And the GTD fight continues. For the last time through turn 7, Farnbacher with a run. All the way to the finish line. And it's just that close. Dennis Olsen holds him off, and they get their first class win and first win at Lime Rock Park.
And Dennis Olsen on that last lap had a puncture and managed to keep it with a tire going down to get that victory. That was incredible stuff.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.